It all started when Maya Johnson, a woman in her early 50s, made a call to the local police about a new neighbor she didn't recognize. She didn't know it at the time, but the woman she reported was an influential government official. The worst part? Maya had no idea that by dialing in, she was making a mistake that would soon catch up with her. Have you ever met someone who believes they are the authority over the little things? Not literally the ruler, but in their mind, they're the ones who know the rules. They see everything, keep mental records, and if you aren't part of their view of the world, you quickly become suspicious. That was Maya Johnson, 51 years old, living in the tidy suburb of Green Meadow in Brookfield, Illinois. She had lived there long enough to claim the unofficial title of neighborhood overseer. It was a muggy Saturday afternoon when Maya perched herself on her porch, sipping iced tea, a pair of binoculars beside her on the wicker table, just like usual. Maya's porch had always been her command center, watching the comings and goings of every car, every visitor. And today, as always, she was paying attention. Her eyes landed on the new resident, Tasha Williams, a woman in her mid-40s, slender build, wearing a vibrant green swimsuit, sunglasses on, reclining by the pool of the house on the corner. Maya knew that house had only been sold a few weeks ago, but she hadn't seen any moving trucks or anyone greeting the new neighbor. No one had come to introduce themselves. Tasha was just there, without any ceremony. Maya squinted. The woman appeared too comfortable, like she belonged, yet Maya had seen no signs of a proper welcome. This rubbed Maya the wrong way. She stood up, grabbed her phone, and dialed the police non-emergency line. Her fingers hovered over the screen before she hit call. "Brookfield Police, how can I help you?" The dispatcher answered. "Hi. Yes, I'm calling from Maple Lane," Maya said with a sugary tone, as if she were reporting a minor inconvenience. "I think there's someone trespassing at the old Turner house, near the pool. There's a woman out back. I don't think she lives there. Can you describe her?" The dispatcher asked. "She's African-American, around 40-something, wearing a swimsuit, lying by the pool like it's her house. I don't recognize her at all. Any signs of forced entry?" the dispatcher asked. "No," Maya responded, though something still didn't sit right. "But maybe she jumped the fence or the back gate was left unlocked." "Got it. We'll send someone right away. Thank you for your call." Maya put down the phone, but her eyes didn't leave the woman. Tasha just sipped her iced drink and turned the page of her book, completely at ease. Maya's suspicions deepened. There was something about the woman's calmness that made Maya even more certain something was wrong. Maya waited. She checked the time and looked again. Her eyes narrowed. The woman was completely out of place. The neighborhood, in Maya's mind, had a rhythm. People introduced themselves. They knew who belonged. When the officers arrived, Maya greeted them like an expectant mother waiting for validation. 2 squad cars pulled up. Officer Smith, tall and solid, approached Maya with a nod. "Ma'am, you called about a possible trespassing?" he asked. Maya gestured toward the backyard. "Yes, her, right there by the pool." Officer Smith glanced at his partner, Officer Brown, who moved cautiously to the back gate. They entered quietly, checking the area. Maya stood with her arms folded, eyes trained on Tasha, hoping this would confirm her suspicions. But instead, Tasha simply got up, moved toward the poolside, and set down her drink. Maya's heart raced. On the other side of the gate, Officer Brown called out to Tasha. "Excuse me, ma'am. We've received a report about trespassing. Could we have a word?" Tasha stood, calmly setting down her book. "I live here," she said, her voice steady. "This is my property." Officer Smith hesitated, clearly thrown by Tasha's confidence. "Can you show us ID?" Tasha tilted her head slightly, her eyes sharp. "Do you usually ask people who are sunbathing in their backyard for ID?" Officer Brown looked uncomfortable, glancing at Smith. "It's just routine, ma'am." Tasha gave a small smile. "It's always just routine until it's not," she muttered under her breath. She turned, reached for her leather bag, and pulled out a badge. The words Federal Bureau of Investigation gleamed under the sun. Both officers blinked, taken aback. Maya watched from behind her window, her face flushed. Her stomach sank as she realized the truth. Tasha wasn't just anyone. She was a high-ranking government official, and Maya had made a fool of herself. The entire neighborhood was about to learn just how wrong she had been. When the officers left, Maya's heart was pounding. This wasn't just about being wrong. It was about the consequences of jumping to conclusions. A few minutes later, her phone buzzed. It was a message from her neighbor, Gina. "Did you really call the cops on her? Heard some interesting stuff about her online." Maya didn't respond. She opened her tablet and searched Tasha's name. The results were immediate. Tasha Williams, Deputy Director of the FBI. The articles came up fast, showing her in various press conferences, posing with senators, attending briefings. Maya's face turned pale. She wasn't just wrong. She was embarrassingly loud and wrong. Later that day, her phone buzzed again, this time from Gina asking, "Everything okay?" Maya didn't respond. She scrolled through Facebook. Sure enough, a photo of Tasha had already been shared, a blurry picture of her talking to the officers. The caption? "When you call the cops on your FBI neighbor." The comments poured in, mocking Maya's actions. LOL. She called the cops on the FBI? People need to mind their own business. Maya put the tablet down, her chest tight. Her house, once her sanctuary, now felt suffocating. It wasn't just the embarrassment. It was the realization that she'd lost her place in the neighborhood. Her phone rang again. It was a knock at the door. She hesitated before opening it, and there stood Tasha, standing tall with no sunglasses this time, just a steady, calm gaze. Tasha didn't wait for an invitation. "Good afternoon," she said. "We need to talk." Maya stood there, speechless. Tasha went on, "I get it. You saw someone unfamiliar and jumped to conclusions. But I live here. This is my home." Maya's heart pounded. Tasha wasn't angry, just matter of fact. She continued, "Next time, it won't be someone with a badge or title. It might be a delivery guy, a neighbor's kid, or someone simply enjoying their life without fear of being seen as an intruder." Maya felt the heat in her face. "I'm sorry," she whispered. Tasha didn't say it was okay. She didn't offer any forgiveness. She simply nodded. "I'm just trying to enjoy my life here," she said. "But I'm sure next time you'll think before making assumptions." Tasha turned and walked away, leaving Maya standing there, her heart heavy with shame. That weekend, Tasha hosted a block gathering. Maya didn't attend, but later stood by her window, watching as neighbors chatted with Tasha. There was no animosity, no awkwardness, only normalcy. Maya finally stepped outside, plate of lemon bars in hand. She walked slowly across the street. Tasha smiled at her, an understanding, quiet smile. "Here," Maya said, handing the plate to Tasha. "These are homemade." Tasha accepted them with a small nod. "Thank you." There was a pause, and then Maya's voice trembled. I had a lot of excuses. None of them were good." Tasha met her eyes. "It's a start," she replied. Maya stayed a while longer, learning things she never expected. Tasha had lived all over the country, had a family, and worked in high-stakes federal operations. For the first time, Maya realized she wasn't the expert on everything in her neighborhood. Sometimes, she had to listen. Change didn't come from judging others. It came from understanding them. In the end, Maya's story is one of reflection and growth. It's easy to judge others based on what we see or assume, but true change begins when we open our minds and let go of our preconceived notions. The neighborhood Maya once thought she had control over, with its familiar rhythms and unwritten rules, became a place where she had to face her own biases and mistakes. Tasha, though justified in her discomfort, chose to extend grace and offer understanding rather than hold resentment. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable lessons come from those we least expect. Maya didn't just learn about her new neighbor. She learned a deeper truth about herself. We all have moments where we must decide whether to stand in our comfort zones or step into the unfamiliar, ready to listen, understand, and grow. The choice is ours.